Hello, welcome to the Danger Zone. Here are the top 10 tips for Celestial. Make sure you tune in and watch the full video. You don't want to miss tip number 10. It's game changing. Tip number 1. The collection array gives you 300 luminite a minute, and a prism will give you 75 luminite a minute. So if you have 4 prisms, it'll give you 300, and one array will give you 300, totaling up to 600 luminite a minute, which is the same as a full saturated base. If you have 2 collection arrays, that is a full saturated base of a Vanguard or Infernal player with 12 workers. Or similarly, if you have 4 prisms mining and 4 prisms mining, totaling to 8 prisms, that is the exact same economy as a full 1 base Infernal player or Vanguard player. Tip number 2, Sovereign's Watch can kill creep camps over enemy units. They prioritize creep camps over enemy units, so be very careful on the ladder when you have buildings next to enemies. Tip number 3, your top bar ability, Purify, can dispel enemy spells. So right here, he's going to use his top bar ability, Shield, and I will dispel it. You can also dispel the Nanoswarm from the medic. As you can see, Nanoswarm is on my units, they are taking AoE damage, and now I can purify it. Now it is gone. Enjoy the ladder. Tip number 4. A Morph Core builds faster than a building. As you can see, make a creation chamber. Make a creation chamber with the Morph Core. The Morph Core will finish the building way quicker than creating it normally with Q. However, if you make a Morph Core and the building at the same time, Morph Core, creation chamber, the Morph Core will be still slightly faster than building with the Q ability, build structures. And as soon as this Morph Core pops, we will build the creation chamber immediately. And as you can see, if you do it perfectly right on time, they're about the same, but it's slightly faster with the Morph Core. And it's an interesting way to do different build orders, so keep that in mind. Tip number 5. The Therium Purifier can spawns with a prism when you make it, so this can be very useful when time is of the essence, or if you just want a prism to mine luminite on like a early game starting build order, or even in late game, you can just throw down a bunch of Therium Purifiers and instantly have multiple prisms once the construction is complete. So as you can see, it spawned a prism, and there is more build variety to be discovered in this game. I highly recommend you experiment. Tip number 6. The Vector takes 50% more damage when you blink. Let's try to get him to aggro. So be careful when you're blinking. Tip number 7, the Scythe does more damage the closer you are to an enemy, so make sure you hug them. Tip number 8 is about power. Green power grants moderate construction speed, production speed, research speed, structure weapon speed, and structure regeneration bonuses. In addition, all friendly units in your own cascade field gain moderate energy regeneration. And for yellow, grants light structure, it does it lightly, and with red power it is greatly reduced. Here's an example. We can build an Argent. We are in green power with power surge. Notice how fast we are moving. Now let's go into yellow power. We are now in yellow power. Let's go back to green power. See how much of a boost it makes. Okay, let's cancel the unit. Now let's go from green to red. Okay?
Power reserves low.
Now we are in red power.
Forged in light.
Green power?
Power reserves low. We're out of power. Build more power banks.
Red power. Tip number 9, the top bar power surge. Every building has a benefit. So if we attack this building and we power surge our Ascension Matrix, the structure, when it is surged, nearby friendly units gain 28% increased damage. Every building has an effect. So here's a little bit of a comparison. You can see these guys were wailing on this for a little bit, and these guys are almost at the same HP. So this is cool. The arc ship, if you power surge it, moves faster. Look how much faster it goes. Very useful in the early game and late game to build structures underneath it. If you power surge a collection array, it will heal friendly prisms around it. See how they're being healed? So take a look at all your buildings and see what you can power surge and what benefits you get. And here's tip number 10, the tip that you've all been waiting for. If you have, this is for all your celestial cheeses, you can see the power banks are regenning our Argents. But if you power surge a power bank, it greatly increases the rate at the power bank regenerates and also energizes your unit. As we can see, this power bank is completely out, and this one is still going. This is huge for Celestials, for defensive capabilities, cheesing. It's so good. Please use this ability. Power surge your power bank and enjoy those free wins.